So I've got this character select screen, and what I want to do is have the option to change skin tones as well. So I have a little button down here. So I'm going to create a simple sort of system to try and achieve. So I'm just going to jump across to Photoshop, and this is my texture. Quick note here, I'm using the model from Kenny's character assets, which I'll link below, and I just created a custom texture for it. So with this texture, I only want the effect to apply to specific parts. So I'm going to grab my quick selection tool and grab all my skin tones. Now with these, I'm going to hit the keyboard shortcut Ctrl J, and then I'm going to use my magic wand tool, select the outside, and fill this black, Ctrl Shift I, and fill this white. Now this sort of mask here will be what we do our effect to. So essentially if I set this to a random skin tone and put it on overlay, we can see the effect should only take place over the skin. Let me just Ctrl Z that back. And at this point we're just going to hit File, Save, and save this as a JPEG and import it into Unreal. So once you've imported this into Unreal, we've got our JPEG. Next thing we're going to do is create a material. Well, I've already got a material. It's just super simple. Like I say, it's my texture that goes into my base effect. So I'm going to bring in my new tone, and this is where we'll do the magic. So I'm going to hold 3 to create a new vector 3, which I'll just set to a default sort of skin tone. And right click it and convert it to a parameter, which we will call color, the correct way. And with these, we want to essentially just multiply them together. So we're going to get a texture sample, which we're going to multiply by our color. And then we're going to take both of these, and like we did in Photoshop, we're going to overlay them. So we need an overlay, and our overlay, just going to connect the two, and let's wire this up and hit save, give that a sec to compile. Okay, now these are saved, we can right click this and create a material instance. And let's go back to our fella, make sure he's got the new material instance applied to him, and we can now open our material instance, turn on this color selection right here, and essentially find sort of the tones that we like, and we'll just give this a bit of a test. So we can see the more we drag this value down, the darker our skin tone gets, which is quite nice. So that's looking pretty good. Now for this, like I said before, all I want to do is keep it simple, and I'm not going to go through the whole wiring up process because I've done similar videos before. So we'll just do a simple test. I'm going to open the level blueprint, and let's just do keyboard 1, and we'll also do keyboard 2, and keyboard 3, keyboard 3. Okay, now when we press keyboard 3, we want to set vector parameter value. No, we don't. First, what we want to do is we want to get reference to our mesh. So just highlight it in my scene, right click, and get reference. Now we want to set vector parameter on mesh. And let's get U into U, and the value is color. Now, at this point, for like the reason I create my material instances, so I can just make note of what we've got here. So we've got 0.7, well 0.8, 0.45, 0.3. So what was it? 0.8, 0.45, and I think 0.3. And I'm just going to duplicate, so Control W, YU into U, and let's just duplicate U again. And alright, so going back to our parameter, let's just have a quick look.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay, thanks for the update. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll have like 0.1 on that one. .8, and that's 0.08 this time. 0.08, 0.05, 0.03. And then we'll have a medium. .4, 0.2, 0.1. Oops, 0.1. And let's actually give this a quick test before we progress much further. So if I press 1, skin tone changes, 2, and 3. And as we can see, it's not really affecting the colour itself. So all I'd need to do now is just create some on-screen buttons that when I press the button, it changes. There you go. Hope you found that useful. Thanks for your time.